Hi guys, how's it going? It's sunny and I'm so happy about it. I'm just sitting outside on the deck with Mowgli, drinking coffee, loving it. I wanted to send my video about my growth plan, and this was a fun, interesting challenge for me because I've had a lot of time to kind of sit back and reevaluate my business in the last couple weeks or month, and it's forced me to obviously recognize what my shortcomings were, also give myself a little credit to what I've done well, but more importantly, I've had to really sit back and think how I'm going to shift my business to meet the needs of post COVID life, whatever that's going to look like. And it's really kind of rattled my thinking process about what I think we'll need to do to adapt. I think a lot of people are going to be leaning on virtual tours or, like remote showings for a while. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, to some degree, I've already been doing that. More often than not, I would take a FaceTime tour for a client and then they would decide whether or not they wanted to come up. So it's pretty in line with what was happening before, but I think just on like a bigger scale and a bigger level. But the big thing that I've been thinking I want to implement, which I already tried to, but I have to just be honest and say it's not always driving my thinking. It's always like in the back seat of my thinking process, but not in the driver's seat. I really just want to provide value to my clients. And I really think that the next year is going to look a lot different than years in the past, because what I want to do is help people, help clients, potential buyers, sellers, past clients, whoever it is, with what they need. And that might not look like a house sale right now, which means that it might not look like a paycheck right now. And I'm okay with that. Right now, I want to just do what people need. And if that means buying a house, great. If it means they want help and then we're going to list it in 6 months or a year, that's great too. I just really want to provide real value to people that are not here and in this area. And so I'm going to start a campaign, a mailer campaign, probably pretty soon, about just what we're doing to help if people want to get involved by volunteering their time or offering monetary donations, that can make the broader community of Tahoe feel more like the immediate community of Tahoe. So that's something I'm going to be focusing on right now. I also am going to just continuously focus on making sure I touch base with all of my clients. I also am trying to go through all these situations myself so that I can help explain them better. So for example, I'm not asking for any type of mortgage forbearance or assistance on my personal home, but I did make the calls to my lenders today so that I could really understand that process. When people or friends or acquaintances ask me what that process is, I now have a better idea about it. I also applied for the PPP, which I, just had to submit all my documents today, my tax documents. So just having gone through these processes myself will make it, a little bit, it'll make the conversation with clients or friends or, whoever it is, a little bit more streamlined because you will have done it yourself. So it's either someone to just talk through with, or maybe you learned something that they didn't, or vice versa. And I think what I really want to be focusing on right now is my own education in everything. Every day I'm waking up and I'm reading Inman articles or, articles from newsworthy sites. I'm very, very cautious and thoughtful about who I read and digest my news from. So, anything that's pertaining to real estate, I've been really jumping on. I also am jumping on, like, Salesforce has been doing this weekly series for small businesses. Last week they had Mark Cuban on, and that's been awesome. Anything that has to do with like small business, independent contractors, loans, mortgages, market information from all other areas across the country. I mean, like anything that I can take that I think will be helpful, I'm just downloading it right now. And I'm reading and I'm learning and I'm just trying to make sure that I really am a wealth of knowledge, which sometimes can feel overwhelming. And maybe I don't remember all of it, but I think I, will gain a lot from just putting that effort in. So that's really something I'm doing. I'm rereading, as you guys know, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, or How to Be a Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And that's been a fun book to dive back into. I also have recently reread Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Amazing, amazing book if you guys need to shift your perspective on, this whole situation. It basically is about his journey being in the Holocaust and in concentration camps, and how even when everything was stripped away from him, he still had the power to choose his own attitude. And my God, it is just like the most inspirational way of thinking ever. And I cannot recommend it enough. I have a copy in case someone wants to come by my house and pick it up. Let me know. I'm also listening to podcasts. I've been listening to Unlocking Us by Brene Brown, and that's amazing. She's really inspirational. I just also read Glennon Doyle's Untamed book, which is phenomenal also. I like the Daily podcast. That's a really good one. It's usually like 20 minutes long and gives me kind of an idea of what's going on, or will focus on one particular issue. And that really is easy to digest for me. And then, of course, NPR is how I built this. I mean, I love being inspired by Guy Raz and the people that he brings on, these, seemingly average people who have built these phenomenal companies, a lot of times just bootstrapping on their own. So that's kind of what I'm doing. That's what my plan is. I think it will shift at some point, but either way, I'm excited to hear what you guys are doing.